This is the Busy Doing Nothing podcast. We right in the middle of the conversation. I am your host, Mr. Freeminds. To my left, I have
Kenya JL, and to my left is
Carlito Freeze. To my left is
Taylor, aka Doc.
we had a little seat change, so
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit. But this is the collab episode. This is the Busy Doing Nothing collab episode with the In My Lifetime podcast.
You dig?
And we are in the mini hip hop museum down here on 823 East Baltimore Street.
Yep.
Whole lot of culture, whole lot of history, whole lot of greatness in one area.
You dig?
And it's just something you got to see. Like as a 90s baby, and knowing a lot of these artists that's hung up in this museum, it's refreshing to see this type of stuff being, immortalized.
Yep, a lot of nostalgia. Just imagine, like, when we was hanging most of these clippings up and stuff, like, we was just going through magazines, having conversations, and even most of these, like, little records and stuff we bring in. I don't know, every day it's a conversation, every new edition it's a conversation. So, like, that's probably the most enjoyable part.
That's
like, the engagement.
We forgot the drink of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Drink of the day today is E&J XO. It's extra smooth. Allegedly, I ain't tasted yet, so we gonna see.
All right, let's see. Take a shot.
Cups up.
Put the coffee up.
Can't drink Starbucks.
Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
no Starbucks. Dunkin'.
Oh, we could talk about that.
I like this.
It's smooth.
It's not terrible. It's all
It's
right.
smoother
extra
than
smooth.
it's smoother than the regular E&J.
Yeah. And I don't even.
So what is
I mean,
extra smooth?
Yeah, I don't drink E&J often or at all, really. That's not terrible though. I can tolerate it.
I like E&J.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like damn near anything dark for real.
That hurt
I ain't
me.
gonna lie.
I feel it going on my chest right now. I definitely feel
But
it.
anything at this point is an upgrade from Buchanan's last week.
Last week was terrible.
That was yes. I gave that. What we gave that, like 1?
I don't even know if I even
10?
scored it. Did I give it a 0?
5.
Out of 5.
0. I think I gave it a 0. It was just the
0.
worst. Like, you had to shake the bottle to get the drink out. It was a whiskey.
Oh,
So, like, we was like, why is it?
yeah, it was terrible. You had to
Whole
have
experience
partners
and
to pour that out.
But we've been having a lot of bad drinks anyway
I know.
this season.
I'm on time out. I didn't choose the E&J this week.
Yeah, I chose the drink this week, and that's probably why.
Yeah, that's probably why
It's
we
not
not all
that
like
bad.
hacking at the table. We was going through it last night. I felt like I got to apologize to everybody.
Y'all tried Avion yet? The tequila? The one that Jeezy sponsored?
I've had it. I don't know if we had it on the podcast though. We
I
ain't
don't
never had
think we
Avion.
had
I
that.
had it at a couple parties.
Yeah, I've had Avion before. It's cool. You might get it.
I'm not huge on
It's
tequila.
okay.
I'm not huge on tequila either. But I was drinking tequila earlier today though. Ironically, I had what was it, Epsilon or whatever. It was. I don't know.
I occasionally drink.
So now I'm officially mixed.
I hear that shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I mean it's tequila, so hopefully it ain't nothing too crazy.
Right.
I'll be alright. I ate before I came on anyway.
Yeah, I had to eat something today.
Yeah,
I barely ate earlier.
Yeah.
I barely ate. Had like a little bit of handcraft sandwiches and some blocks of cheese. And I was like, I need a meal.
But let's talk about the museum. Like, what inspired you to put this together and bring all the history, the culture of what hip hop actually is into one space?
In August, me and Millie was at the J. Cole show, and he just brought it up. It's just an idea he was thinking about. He's just like, yo, we should just do that. And I was like, all right, cool. And we just like, in like less than like a month, we put together like a whole. That's you. So that's my shit. My bad. My bad. But like in like less than like a month, we put together like the whole team. Kenya was one of the members, and we just started going from there. And we originally was downstairs though.
Right.
So we just just built it up from there. We had a few events downstairs, and then we just moved up here and just started doing more stuff. And then we just like a lot of these clippings you see is just from what people sent us. Mad magazines, cassettes, a little bit of CDs. Some of them, a good majority of them CDs is mine. That's over there. A lot of them stuff is Millie's, but a lot of cassettes. I think that record player, definitely the art. So a lot of this stuff was really from the people, and that's how I knew it was so necessary. Because if you really do your research in the game, there's really no hip hop museums at all.
Right.
And now that hip hop is being more preserved on the content and with like what Nori's doing, and you know, it's just a beautiful time to do it. You know, instead of just being a damn rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
I
just
mean-
this the fun part of it.
I think it's time that we start recognizing the pioneers of hip hop, and not even necessarily the pioneers, but the ones who really pushed the culture along. Because it's like in every other music genre, I feel like they honor the people who move their culture, whether it's
Reba
rock or
McEntire.
country or whatever else. They definitely give them their recognition before they die.
Right.
So I feel like and hip hop needs something like that. Like we need more like.
And the thing is, you know,
motivation
like
in
hip hop
artists.
don't got a lot of corporate sponsorship. If you want to be honest, I mean, they got it to its limit, but it's urban black music, so it's only gonna get it to a limit. So we guys gotta be honest about that. So we gotta take it in our own hands and just like run up in those buildings and take control. Because if we depend on the companies to give us freedom, we're gonna be slaves forever.
Yeah, because they just use it as a throwaway. You know what I mean? You can make some money with your current music, your current shows, but once it's over,
And that's why like everything now is just sounds so throwaway, and like it just come across so here today and gone tomorrow because it's no real substance in a lot of
Right.
stuff, and the company's just making most of the money off of it.
yeah. That's why I feel like I be getting old because like I don't be knowing none of the newer artists. Like people like, yo, did you hear that new whoever? And I'm like, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I feel the same way though. Like,
Yeah, like, am I getting old or is it just like, is it really changing? Because like I felt like when I was younger and we was listening to the same artists that we got posted up in here, my parents was like, what's that? That ain't music. This ain't Frankie Beverly and Maze and all like
You
that.
must
So
have
it's
reached
like,
that age. Did we
Yeah.
reach that age?
I don't know. Like I'm trying to figure out like,
Oh my
are we
God.
just getting old or
I
is
think
it
we at that
actually
age,
a
though.
difference?
I think we at that age though, because I think like when I was like 11 and like 50 Cent was really popping,
Yeah.
like he was introducing beef a whole lot to a bigger level. So it was like newspapers and it was new. So anytime you move culture, it's going to be accepted as new. So when it was pop locking and fucking Run DMCs and shit, that was seen as new because it wasn't traditionally what was before. So it's always going to be hated on, period. But now it's just at a level because it's so much youth.
Yeah.
And I find that like a lot of older people find more pleasure in criticizing the youth than they actually do embracing the youth. And that's why a lot of disconnect happen. You know what I'm saying? If you really embrace the hip hop and just mentor as best as you can, maybe you can help it push somewhere. But if all you do is just make Instagram videos criticizing them, you trash too.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know, cause I'm more along the lines of like, yo, these new artists, it's just like,
And it's
what?
it's cool to have opinion though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I just think I didn't mean to cut you off. I just feel like a lot of times people go on tirades and all these
I ain't
tangents
gonna
and shit.
go in, but I just
It's
can't
just
get
not
with
for
it.
you.
Yeah, like I don't check for it. Like I still be listening to like old albums, like I mean like Blueprint stuff like that.
Yeah, facts,
Cause it's
classic,
like,
classic shit.
yeah, cause it's just like I don't know, I don't be knowing.
Just
that.
more substance.
I listen to new stuff, but the same artist.
Yeah.
So like when the artists I've been listening to
Yeah.
come
I
out with
do that.
something new, I listen to that, but not particularly new artists.
Cause like now, like if I find myself out, like you know, like at maybe like a lounge or a club or something or a bar, and they play a new song, and I'm drunk or drinking, so it's kind of like, all right, this is okay, but I don't know who it is, and I know I would never listen to it outside of this environment. It's just like that's just what it
That's
is.
when I first heard Yachty. We was down at the Crown, and they had like I forgot what kind of night, and Minnesota came on. I was like, yo, this shit is hard. Like, yo, what's this?
So you
There's
gotta
like this
listen
little
to it again.
Yachty, and I'm like, oh, that's what they be talking about. But when I did some research, I was like, oh, this is trash.
Yeah.
But the beats and just that one song. So I mean, but it's always been like that. Researching music, you always find something that's hot. Stuff may be trash, stuff may not be trash. So I just think now it's just because you got so much access. Like how we not traditionally doing a podcast on the studio. We got this vibe. So it's so much more ways you can connect and be out there.
Yeah.
So it's just you gonna have access to more opinions too.
Right. I don't know. So like, do you feel like what the type of music that comes out now is still considered hip hop, or would you classify it as something else? 'Cause me personally, I classify it as something else.
It's under the genre when you shop on iTunes.
I mean, yeah, but
So that's the only way I can put it. As far as what it is sonically, I mean, yeah, it's something else. But that's how it always gonna be though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's always gonna be categories. It's always gonna be vibes and energy toward whatever people want to call the music. But I mean, what trap music is to me, Jeezy, Gotti, T.I. ain't the same as what it is sonically to now. So it just depends on the era, and it depends on different energy toward the music.
I mean, what would it take for them to make it its own genre? Like hip hop, and then there's rap, and then there's
I call it new
this
music, pop rap.
Pop rap.
Pop rap.
I say
I wonder if they
alternative.
can make that. Like, how would you make that a genre? How would that become?
When you say pop rap, I think about like Nicki Minaj.
Macklemore.
Pop
Not even
rap.
that. Like I started calling it pop rap like when.
Oh, you
when,
hear me? And he in
Macklemore,
there.
like all that, all lives matter rap,
Yeah,
and
what?
Logic, all that
that's
stuff
pop
like
rap.
that.
Pop rap is cool.
That's the stuff they get at the VMAs.
They could-
and,
That's like pop
They
culture.
could make that a
That's
real
what's wrong.
genre,
Yeah,
pop rap,
pop rap.
instead of what is it they say? Mumble rap.
Mumble rap.
Mumble rap.
But I don't think mumble rap would be pop rap if we're gonna
No,
put
that
it
would be
in
too
there.
No.
things in my
That would be
opinion.
too
Pop
But
rap
mumble
is
rap
mumble
couldn't
rap.
be an official category. I feel like because mumble sounds like negative when you.
But y'all
put
don't
in
think it
context.
could
Yeah, that's
be
a
pop
that's a
because it do
negative
have
tag.
pop tones. Like it crosses over into that genre a little bit.
I just put the mumble rap in with the
Ah,
pop
yeah.
rap.
Because a lot
Oh,
of
you just do
Yeah, I
that,
think
yeah.
mumble and pop rap is the same.
Could they be-
Pop
they-
rap could be a real category
Yeah.
it is though. Yeah,
because they got hip hop,
you could
rap.
yeah,
pop rap, pop.
trap
It's
rap.
like
You got traditional rap,
Mm-hmm.
but I think like it just depends on sonically. It's all about production choice.
Yeah.
Because gangster rap is an actual category. Like gangster rap starts with Dr. Dre. It's 50 Cent.
gangsta
It's,
rap is a category.
Yeah.
They should make
Yes.
pop. We should have a
It probably is a
But you
pop
gotta
rap
look-
pop rap
category.
category.
It's just what come with that. Like what come, you know what I mean? Like what comes with pop rap? Because if we know,
It's like
when we
Flow
say,
Rider, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
pop
Yeah.
rap. That's
Well,
not
That's
rap.
right. You know, that's not
we don't need
rap.
no more Macklemore.
Some
We don't need no
Drake.
more Iggy Azaleas.
Yeah.
No.
Y'all want to go through that again?
I started feeling like pop rap.
It would be
was becoming a
Iggy.
thing
She would
when-
be in there.
But look how Iggy just like appropriated the shit out of our culture, and then like as soon like remember that whole year she just was like the butt of all jokes. We don't want to go through that again. Love and hip hop. What kind of hip hop is that? Because we don't really hear them people's songs on the regular unless it's those that made it out.
I don't know what type of rap that's
I don't even know who
It's
made
not
it
a
out.
hip
Those
hop
I ain't
people
watched
just
like
be
that.
like me and getting in the studio playing around. They ain't really
Yeah, see, like, I
having
started
fun.
coming up with pop rap like right around like that whole designer thing.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
made me
it.
start thinking like this ain't rap, this is something else. And I was like, this is just like pop rap.
Yeah.
So, like,
that could be pop rap.
Maybe Wayne originated pop rap when he crossed over.
No.
I think so. He
I think
had
we was
pop rap
having that
songs.
conversation like Wayne just made a new sound and now everybody
Yeah.
sound like
Yeah,
Wayne.
he
Because he picked up the guitar. He did the Rebirth
Yeah.
CD.
In the auto tune. Even though T-Pain had the auto tune, Wayne
Yes,
just
he
made
did,
it
yeah.
different.
That's pop rap. See, that is a category, pop rap.
That's a category,
Yeah.
pop rap. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
That's a new category, pop rap.
I'm gonna have to trademark that because I'm gonna need my money.
Oh man, listen. As well.
But no, I'm actually glad you mentioned T-Pain. I'm glad he made that album. What was it? It was within the last year. He came out with a new album.
I heard he dropped one, but I ain't listened to it.
It was pretty cool. I liked it because like I like the fact that T-Pain came back out because like I feel like when he went away, they took his sound, his talent, split it up in like 10, 15 different artists and say
Yeah.
all of them was cool and really just one artist had all of that
Yeah.
talent and the sound by
Because
itself.
T-Pain was fire when he
Yeah, like
came
T-Pain
out.
was definitely.
Yeah.
Buy you a drink.
T-Pain
That just was
cool.
like so hot.
That was a great
That
album.
was just a great new sound.
Mhm.
We need something like that again to come around.
I don't know.
Because pop rap ain't going to do it.
Is
Nah.
Drake pop rap?
Some of
Yeah,
his songs not
He
all
is
of
pop
them.
rap
I think
and
he
hip.
pop
He
rap
do
crazy.
both. No.
I would say he's pop rap now.
I think
Not
everything
even now.
though.
We
I
don't
think
know
since
what
the beginning
Scorpion
though.
going to do. We got to hear Scorpion before we
Okay.
say if he pop rap
But
officially.
if you look at like everything Drake has dropped,
'Cause if you
it has
read
more
this-
of a pop appeal. He's like,
Yeah, it is. Well,
Before he came
He
out
likes
with all his
it.
albums.
Right.
what's up?
you got for your brothers. Come
No,
on
I
now.
like Drake. I think his mixtapes and stuff he was coming out with, like what was the one?
Comeback season, run from
Comeback season, all
So
that,
Far
and then
Gone?
yeah,
It was more-
I think
it was more
everything
hip-hop
up to
driven.
So Far Gone was rap.
If you
Yeah.
reading
Yeah,
this,
that was
everything
rap.
after
if
he
you
started
reading this,
transitioning
it's too
to
late. Is also rap.
But he sings in it though.
When? Like one
He don't
song?
sing?
That's nothing but like raw,
He
gutter.
sings on
He's
Legend,
hard.
Star 69. I mean Star 67. Jesus. Star
Look,
67.
so anything that
I think
has
one.
singing in it is pop rap.
No,
I
I'm
can
saying
see
for
pop
Drake,
rap.
the kind of
Yeah.
music Drake makes, he's been introduced to us not on an urban rap level a pop level, like Best I Ever Had. That was his first breakout song. That's not a traditional rap song.
But that's when
Wayne
Wayne
is traditional.
had
That was
rap.
hip hop though. I would give that
You
hip hop.
just said Wayne is traditional rap, and we just gave Wayne credit for creating pop rap.
But I think
No,
I know. Look,
no,
it's
bro.
listen,
Wayne
no,
though.
bro.
Wayne
that's what I'm
No.
saying. It's Big Time a CD I listen to with Wayne on it. I listen to that more than I listen to the Wayne now. Or he's Carter 3
I don't
Wayne.
listen to Wayne now. Is it bad?
I'm
I
gonna
still
say
haven't listened
Drake
to the
can
new
do both.
dedication.
Wayne can do
Six.
both.
Oh, he
I
was
haven't
rapping.
listened to
I know you can rap. I don't give a. I know you
he
can rap.
do pop
Make
and he
songs.
can do hip hop. I mean rap, whatever.
But they say Wayne's pop rap. It's just like, what part of Wayne is pop rap? Like
what part of
is
Drake
it?
is pop rap? You can't say all of it is. That's
Nah,
not true,
I would
yo.
say up
That's
until
not
like his
true.
last couple albums, he was.
If
hip
you're
hop.
reading this too late, it's like when he went back to, and everybody was like, "Oh, I'm so
that
glad
was,
to hear him rap
it was
again."
the rap part of pop rap. He was doing the rap part. That's what I'm like.
So then you saying he do rap and he do pop rap? You can't say he do.
No, I'm saying he does rap and he does pop, and then he doing together. That's his package, and I'm grateful for that because it's fresh, new Mountain Dew. Like I love it. I've been rocking with Drake since day one. You dig?
We need
So how
a
do you
new
feel about
sound.
the whole Drake and him not writing his own music?
I think that's
Nah.
what.
It's not that he don't write his own music. I think that's just the surface stigma. Like for the kind of music he make, and then like if you watch his track record, he is in the studio collaborating. And for the kind of songs he do, a lot of times it's going to be like, yo, I'm gonna lay this down, I'm gonna do it like this. But when it comes to the raps or particular songs, you can tell when it's just his energy. But that actually was already something that was out when he did Take Care. Like him and Weeknd collaborated on most of that. But it's about how we got the news. We got the news through a tweet from
Which was not
Meek
cool.
Mill.
Yeah, it was me. Yeah,
And
he
it
was
was-
mad.
and
He was in his feelings.
It was
He
a
said
very, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was a very uncouth thing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow
So,
it. I don't know.
and then look, and it's a good fun fact for y'all. I went after he put that tweet out. I went to the concert, the Nicki Minaj concert, where he was opening up and all that. And he was like, "Yo, I did this for hip hop because I'm from Jay-Z, Biggie, all that shit." But it was just corny because it's like, it's just corny. Like
It
you know,
was
and
corny
it's
and,
more,
it made him look salty and
and he opened up a lot of drama with that. He put
You talking about Meek?
Yeah,
and
he
Nicki
opened up a
told
lot
him
of
don't
drama
do
with
it,
that.
but he ain't listen to the queen.
I just think I just think that was super corny, and like I think for Meek to be dude I really rock with and appreciate the passion in his music, I just think it was real corny. And people who say they meet him, like, you know, you met him before, it's people I know that kind of been him,
Who?
they say
Drake?
Meek.
Oh, Meek. Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of people like he alright, but he an asshole. He like such and such. I'm like, oh, okay. So sometimes you just proving your arrogance. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I just think it's a bad
I like
sign.
Meek as an artist. I don't think I would like him as a person.
Yeah, I don't know, like none of these rappers.
Yeah, a lot of them probably.
Especially Drake.
I don't like Drake either.
I mean, me
arrogant.
personally, because like when I was just like coming up, I used to one way you just learn the game is to watch interviews, watch everything on the internet, and you learn the stuff that's off of the
What Drake's
commercial.
interviews you watching from
I haven't
back
seen Drake do
5
many
years ago? Because he
Yeah,
ain't
like
done
stuff from
none.
like when he was like in Canada, like when he was like really first
You
starting
wouldn't like
out.
him then?
Huh?
You wouldn't like him then?
No, I'm saying from then to like when he first started off his Hot 97 interviews, his interview with Zane
I
Lowe.
mean, he
you just
don't
learn
do no
different.
more interviews though.
Yeah, I was gonna
He
say I
ain't
can't remember the last time I
done
seen
interviews
him.
in a
No,
good
from I
5
mean from like
From
beginning
back,
to
yeah.
from everything.
So
he just
back
kind of
then you wouldn't like him.
he may give off a cool
Yeah,
energy,
when
but
you
everybody
have
don't
time.
match. Of course, I'm give it
It's
back.
Yeah, you
I just think you
trying to draw it
read
out.
through the lines though. You read through the lines, and you can kind of just tell sometimes. Like everybody ain't meant to be.
So who would you like?
I would
Honestly,
always-
probably nobody.
I always wanted to say if I had a chance, I would like to meet Wale, because I feel like Wale is cool.
I've heard people say he's an asshole too.
For real?
Yeah.
I mean,
Was that what
I mean,
everybody asks her?
He said it though. Like he watching his interviews. He said like I'm super complex. Like I'm not like.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't expect many of the, like, especially like people in this area. Like, I mean, Wale's from DMV, so we already
Yeah.
anybody else that's not used to our vibe in this area would be like, yo, I don't like him. I don't like the way he come off. But we already kind of would know what it is, and
Yeah.
even with Meek a little bit, because I mean that's not in that that's not part of
Philly
DMV,
kind of
but-
like Baltimore.
Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah, kinda
but
hour half away.
yeah, I just don't like the way Meek was going about certain things. I just like I couldn't do that.
I'd say like from what I hear, like Wayne and them is like, cause they from the South, they more like super polite,
Yeah.
super well. Yeah. Snoop definitely. Snoop is a universal person. Who else? Let me just look on the wall and find people. I heard. course, y'all know Kanye's super in his own world. I don't know. it's different things, yeah. But I just think, cause being young, you admire all these people. You kind of look up to them as heroes and stuff and all that. But just once you get in a certain place, or you just experience it your own self, you kind of find out that everybody's still human. Like, even when I met Kiss and stuff, we went to the Lox concert. Me already kind of doing research and learning how Kiss is. I know, like, after stage, he's grumpy, old ass man, very rusty voice, so he gonna be real short with you. But Sheep Luch, he got mad energy, like he has so much energy, and I can just tell from my interactions with them. Like 15-second interaction, yo, what's up? Get a pic. We doing the museum, boom, and it was just two different energies. But that's just from confirming, you know what I mean? Like just looking up these guys and all that.
Yeah, see, I don't know, like, when I think about a lot of the artists, especially like the ones that's up around here, like I be trying to compile like a top 5 of some type, and I always separate lyricism from success.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like whenever I think of like a top 5, it varies because it's like I try to get too specific. Like, is it current? Is it not current? Is it this or that? You know what I mean? So. Like, so if you was to put together a top 5 in terms of lyricists, current lyricists, who would you put on it?
Like right now?
Yeah.
Man, like Vince Staples probably. Damn, I ain't gonna say in the order. Probably like Vince Staples. Still Kendrick. Still Cole. Like, hold up. Some new guys is doing it. Some new guys. I don't know, because it's a lot of new energy. Like G Herbo is like super dope. So it's like you say, it's the new generations that still like existing now, but he's not at levels. But Davies, he not super lyrical. Davies is hard. He's not super lyrical. I always get stuck in these, but I don't know, V. It's a lot of dope. It's a lot of super dope lyricists. It's like Royce is still one of the sharpest lyricists out here.
Did you name 5?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Oh, Rhapsody. And that's matter of fact, I'm only rolling with Rhapsody right now because I'm championing Rhapsody for real. She's like, I love her voice, her delivery.
I don't like her voice. I don't like the sound of
She
it.
y'all from North Carolina? Yo, I don't know. I don't know, B. I don't know. Y'all both from the town. You gotta rep your town.
Voice.
You listen to that album?
I don't like the sound.
Go back to it. Sip some of this.
It's like an old school feel almost.
I like when they make old school sounding albums now.
Got nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah.
And there's a thing, like, she didn't get a lot of like marketing. Oh my. Anyway, she got a lot of good. She didn't get a whole lot of super marketing. Like, she didn't have a Bodak Yellow. She didn't, diss Nicki Minaj last year. Like, she just really just made hip hop. And her first album, like, super cool acclaim amongst, and she got nominated for a Grammy. And that's dope because we don't have a lot of traditional female rap MCs. Like, we just got the Remy, Nicki, Cardi, and like these white girls from Dr. Phil. We need Rhapsody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we super need Rhapsody. Like, everything with Nicki is cool, Cardi is great, but I really champion Rhapsody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna have to check that out because I still never got into it. Like, I heard her joint was cool. Yeah. And I just never.
Yeah, definitely ride to it because it's just a different delivery.
Yeah.
Like, it's an album you really gotta listen to 3-4 times to catch them lyrics, catch what she's saying, and that, you know what I mean.
I heard you mention Cole a couple times. Did you listen to the new album, the KOD joint?
Yeah, man.
I got through most of it. I think it's like a track or two I didn't get to yet, but that joint was cool.
What's the name of that song they got their music video for?
ATM.
That's the one that I saw.
I like Brackets.
I like Brackets
song.
too.
Yeah.
I like Brackets, Photographs, in 1985, and Window Pane. Window Pane, that beat is so hard.
That whole joint was
I
cool.
feel like this album was almost a mockery of what's going on.
Exactly.
I'm correct on that theory?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. I want to make sure I wasn't the only one. Because I was like, wait, is he like making fun of like what these rappers are doing?
Because the first few songs just fly by.
This is not classic.
What the fuck is this? What the hell is this? But like, I studied the words and I was like, even when I'm listening to the words, he's not saying nothing. And I'm like, you're not really saying? I'm like, oh, okay.
That's the whole point of it.
Okay, yeah. Jermaine, you did it again. Okay.
Because I was like, what? And then I thought about the whole picture and everything.
cover,
And I was
yeah.
like, okay, that's what he's.
I didn't really study the album cover. Like I saw it was like some artistic stuff. He was holding up, looked like some kids or something.
Yeah, but it was like it was his representation, like all the drugs. That's how weed,
Okay.
lean. Yeah. So I just think I just love that. I just love that he did that because that's necessary. You gotta make an album with the message. Like he may not have the commercial success of Drake. He may not even get the like they give Kendrick a lot of praise, and I ain't mad at that. But Cole's like right there in the middle. But he definitely over
They
Big
definitely
Sean.
top 3.
Yeah, yeah.
They top 3.
Facts. But I just think Cole serves a real purpose.
Yeah.
And he serves a better purpose than really. I mean, not Kendrick. Kendrick represents the whole Coast.
Kendrick, yeah.
Cole just represents that purpose.
Yeah.
That's why I rock with him.
Cole, back when I wrote my article,
Talk about it.
I
Sip
said
some lean.
that Kendrick, Cole was like, he made music for the people, like what we needed.
Especially the college kids.
He speaks to the people.
Yeah.
He speaks to us.
Even that interlude he had on this album, that joint hit home. Yeah, like, cause that joint was deep. Like it was just like wow, and people really go through that type of stuff.
Yep. He just told him. I think one thing I like about it too, he wasn't like super critical. Like that's one thing I was pointing out because like I know y'all watch Everyday Struggle. I don't know if you saw the Jeezy episode, and like
When Joe Budden was still on there,
yeah.
I
So
started
like
watching that with Joe Budden.
Jeezy was like, of course, Jeezy was like super critical of like that lane of music, but he was defending the gangster rappers like the Kodak Black and all the dudes that get in mad trouble. But he's he's defending his persona, so to speak. But everybody just tears at the drug infested. Oh, this the drug rap now. Cool, but it's like, yo, like these are like 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds that's overdosing, that's like looking like zombies, that's looking like Squantos. Like I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like XXXTentacion, like he scares the hell out of me. Like I
only seen like pictures of him. I don't know.
super scary. Like just these dudes look like, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on, but we don't know their stories because they're not doing documentaries yet, or their life isn't coming out. But you don't really know what's going on, and like because music, hip hop has always been here, they're taking after what they saw. So instead of trying to help and do stuff, it's just easy to criticize it. I just think that's corny.
Yeah.
Like I think Cole was doing the mockery a little bit, but he's kind of raising a better awareness as well. He's still like, nah, even though I feel this way as hip hop, let me still bring this awareness.
Yeah. I mean, even with the newer artists, like you said, they all got their own experiences, and we don't know. They don't really put it in their music.
Yeah, but
For us to really,
to
for us to
really,
even,
yeah,
for us to
find
feel
out. That's how
or
we used
find
to-
out what's
That's
going
how we
on.
find out.
And I feel like that's the difference. Like they'll make the music for what drives the engine, but not really speak to their personality or what they do. And that's the difference. And that's why I feel like that's what I consider pop rap. You just make music for the engine. You're not really you're using the sound for corporate purposes, really, but it's not really what it was designed for.
yeah.
And I don't like that. I can't sing along with that.
Yeah,
I
no.
can't sing along. She bad.
Right.
I'm not even saying why she bad. I'm just like she bad.
Yeah.
She bad.
You
That
don't
I
like that
can't.
song?
I
It's
can't
catchy,
rap it.
You
yeah.
don't like that song?
No,
Who's
that's
song?
one of my
It's
least
Cardi B.
favorite songs, and I'm surprised YG did a hook like that because
I'm not surprised.
she bad. I just hate songs with a repetitive hook. I
That's
think
why
it's
you. That's why you
whack.
remember it though.
As I say, it's
That's
catchy.
deep. That's
Am
the
I
point.
supposed to remember it?
That's
That's,
the
the
point.
whole
You don't
point.
like,
Just to
Yeah.
remember it because I'm not streaming it.
And
I just
that's what it's
remember
gotten
it.
to now, honestly.
If that's the case, I know you don't like Gucci Gang or whatever that song is called.
Oh, yes.
It just-
I ain't
it
even
just
heard it
became
all the
a-
way through.
It
I
just
never
became a
listened to
thing to
it.
say, Gucci gang. I think, but music, to what you're saying is absolutely true. And then music still serves the purpose of like fitting into everyday life. Like we still don't know if it's 5-2 or 5-2, but you can maybe go back to the song and listen to it. But that's a stream. That may be a sale. That
But
may
see,
be
I
a
will
view.
listen to that because during that time I was.
But I'm
Maybe
saying,
it's my age
But
then.
I'm
It
just
could
saying
be my
how
age.
I'm just saying how everyday music fits into life. So if I just say right now, I want to be a baller, y'all probably will say back to me, shot caller. It's just a part of everyday
So
life.
she bad. What you gonna say? She bad.
That was a shot call there, right there.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
if I say she bad, you will say she bad.
I know the song.
She bad.
She bad. She bad.
See,
I like the
not gonna do
song.
that.
I like
if
the song.
somebody say she
though.
bad, I'll be like,
Okay,
oh,
so I was-
cool.
That's
Yeah.
different from
Yeah,
baller.
I'm not
That's
gonna be like,
different
she
from
bad.
baller shop.
Yeah, we gonna go back and forth.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
know.
as
What is
funny.
it? Bag of Money joint, the MMG stuff, the MMG song.
Yeah, I forgot.
That's the first thing I
You
thought
think
about.
that.
You
You
kept
think about
saying
that.
that, yeah. So I didn't know what you was talking about. I don't even know.
But
what song
Moneybag,
you're
I might say. Now, Moneybag is.
All right, so now we talking about Cardi out, just to
Oh,
make sure they
sorry.
hit. Cause see,
Oh, I
this,
thought-
see this.
I thought you was talking about Moneybag, though.
See,
Like,
you talking about Cardi?
I like Moneybag though. I like his.
Moneybag has a different, but it got more to it than Moneybag. Don't just say Moneybag the whole time. She say that though.
Oh, he talking about the artist. Just
Yeah, I was talking about the artist, but
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking
I'm mad at
about
listening.
Moneybag, the
this
song.
Cardi B song.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't like
I'm
that
not
song.
familiar. I
I
probably
think
heard
she
it, but
said
You
it
talking about
like
her
5
album.
times.
Okay.
and then
Have
she
you
goes
heard it
into
yet?
her-
I listened to it.
It's last
but I don't
week. Well,
remember
we had
none of
this
it.
talk last
I had to promise everybody I would listen to it. I
Yeah.
would not even listen to it. I had to bump it in my car.
The top half is hard.
And
Yeah.
I did
the
it,
top
but
hat
none of
shit.
it stuck.
The first
The
song.
intro
none of
is
it
trash.
stuck?
Nah.
I
Wow.
think it's
I know the
okay.
Big Head, but that's probably the best I can give you.
Wow.
Big is the hardest.
Yeah, it is.
Quality,
I don't know
quality
what the hardest
production.
one is.
Quality.
That scissor go too hard.
Yeah, that's hard
That
too.
scissor,
That scissor
woo!
hard.
How you end it like that? That was
Um,
just the perfect.
I like it like that. I like that when he flipped
Yeah.
the Cuban sample.
Oh
Mhm,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's Cardi B, so it's like you did exactly what you were supposed to do. Like, you sold a Cardi B project. Like, it's not supposed to be too complex. It's not. It's going to be as I don't give a fuck as it's supposed to be because that's how she always been. And I think they know that if you stray anything away from that, you're not going to do good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what you gonna do next time around?
I don't know.
That's a hard question, but you know what?
I think she gonna Lauren Hill it.
Nah. She would.
How?
Think
No,
so?
she
I think
would.
she gonna
She
do
would.
one album.
She would QC now. She
Oh,
would
you think
Migos
she ain't gonna
management.
make no more albums?
I don't. If she do, I don't see it. I don't see it being as big as the first one.
Now,
Second
you know what?
album's
You know what I
usually
don't know?
not as big as
Yeah.
the first. It usually be like
Sorta.
first album, second album, then
But if
third.
you look at what the
They
Migos
good,
did,
they
it just
come
depend
back.
on. It really depends on what team you got.
Yeah, true.
And she's with the Migos management QC now. Like she used to roll with KSR in New York with DJ South and all them, and they can only take her so far.
Mm-hmm.
And like I went to one of her shows like 2 years ago, and she was with them. Like, you know, it's a whole different thing. And when you got this level of success, you got to make sure people that's handling your business can handle that.
Mm-hmm.
You dig what I'm saying? Like right now, if like Cardi B was like, "Yo, I need you to take care of my business," I'm like, "Dog, I can't right now."
Like I don't even know who to
Yeah,
contact.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like your resources and stuff only go so far. So
Right.
I think look at what they doing with the Migos. Like I ain't gonna lie, I thought they was a super dope group, but for them to really be at this plateau,
Yeah.
I gotta applaud it. I
Yeah.
applaud it. Like they really
Migos
are
is a
culture,
cross. They have
and
crossed
they're mumble
over.
rap.
Yeah.
They have crossed over. Cardi B hasn't crossed over yet.
Yes, she has.
She on her way though.
Bodak
she
Yellow
has.
crossed over.
But you can't cross
She
over
has.
with
Matter
one
of fact,
single.
I know
Yes, you
it has.
can. What are you
I see
talking
it.
about?
No,
I
you
know.
cannot cross over with one single.
What
You
is
gotta have
crossover?
multiple
No,
songs
let
to
me
cross
tell you
over. That
something.
means you can go to a predominantly white audience and they will sing every single one of your songs.
They
already
She
had
did.
it.
She did that.
Let me.
They
I
sing
seen
her
it.
Oh, let
ass.
her
She
get it
haven't
up, let
gone
her
on
get it
tour
up.
yet though.
I seen a video.
Yes, she has.
at
She
the-
just went
it
with
was,
Bruno Mars.
How you go on tour with 2 singles? You don't.
You are bugging. You do not know this game,
She
yo.
need to go on tour with her
Let me swear, let me
album
swear,
and go
let me
to
swear,
all
let's
white
swear.
venues and then let white people
But
sing
you know
her
she about to
album
go on
from
tour
top to
though,
bottom.
right?
They took Bodak Yellow
Not after
and
she had a baby in
they
3 months.
played it at like halftime at like a Gators game, Florida Gators. Audience was basically 90% white, and they had choreographed. They had a whole like audience interactive dance to it and all that. And
It was a huge song.
Yeah, like Bodak
But one
Yellow.
song though, y'all.
That happened.
It
You know what
happened.
crossover
That's
means?
when you say she didn't cross over. That's what I'm saying. I think
That's
she
what
did.
crossover means.
Because they got it playing.
I
in
think
colleges
Bodak
at
Yellow
games.
crossed over.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
But Cardi B hasn't crossed over.
But what does that
The
mean when a
brand.
person cross? That she has.
She has.
I
Her
mean,
brand
there
has
are
crossed
songs
over.
that can
Her
outperform
brand?
the artist.
Yes.
Yo.
She don't even got no
All right, so
real.
let-
She
no.
don't even got no real sponsors.
You bugging. You are
She got
super
Fashion
bugging.
Nova.
You are
She
super
doing a
bugging.
she doing a line with Fashion Nova.
You
That-
gotta
so
go
what-
look up her interviews.
That's not
and see
Rainbow.
what
Like,
she
what you
get,
talking
like,
Just
about?
because she get magazines covers, that means she crossed over.
Yo,
No.
Rolling Stone, yo.
Right.
That make you cross over?
Okay,
Rolling
it's not Word Up
Stone.
Magazine, can you?
Right.
So
Rolling
that make you cross
Stone.
over.
Well, what's in this?
Yeah.
All right, so what's your definition of crossover? We need to get to that.
Yeah, I feel like in order to cross over, you have to consistently reach all audiences over an extended period of time. Not 1 year, not a 1 year thing, and then boom. You may have crossed over off that single, or you may have crossed over off those 2 singles, but you ain't officially crossed over until you consistently performing with those people.
I see what she's saying.
So,
So, it's a couple songs that artists will make, and white people will take it, or other cultures will take it and adopt it, where they don't know nothing about the actual
And
artist.
then they want to
I can go to
nothing else
Towson.
you do.
I can go to
They just
Towson and
adopt
they'll
Bodak
play some
Yellow.
DMX, but they don't know nothing about DMX. So
But
it's
that,
like,
but that don't mean him himself is crossed over.
Yeah.
The actual definition of crossed over is when a song becomes bigger than the actual audience it's targeted to. So when you take, like I just said, the North Carolina P.D. Pablo song, people may not know no other song, but that song has done so well that they play it in different markets, such as the Florida game. They play it in markets such as 102.7, this back in the day talk, 99.5, not 92.3, not 95.5, just local station. Crossed over is when your song becomes bigger than what you targeted. So like, if somebody from like TT the artist, like her music has shot past the urban stuff, and she's from here. Like her stuff is on Insecure. That's crossing over when you go to the next level. It don't specifically got to be urban top 40, but it can be any different genre.
So we just have 2 different versions of crossing over.
And I got the real one. It's like that. No, I'm just saying, but she has already had it. If you, it's not by luck you on SNL, because if that's the case, then Lil Pump and all these other dudes can just be on SNL.
Yeah, she's on SNL.
That's primetime
Jimmy
television.
Fallon.
Yeah.
She's been on there multiple times.
Co-hosted.
Both of them.
Yeah, that's already
multiple
crossing
times
over.
now.
Now, if
Like,
you're not there next year, it just happens. But because you've already existed there at that point in time, if you got something to offer in this quality, you ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I feel what both of y'all saying, honestly. Like, y'all got 2 different definitions of what
I just
crossover
need
is.
more
I don't
from Cardi,
think
that's all
I
I
don't
need.
change the definition, but I think that a song can cross over without the artist crossing over.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And I feel like her songs have.
I think
I'm not
she did
Cardi.
cross over.
Ain't nobody trying to. Beyonce has crossed over. Let's keep
Oh,
it
yeah, she
100.
crossed over a
Beyonce
long
has
time
crossed
ago.
over.
Yeah, she's
White
not
people
hip-hop.
win.
We talking
Beyonce
about rappers.
crossover. Beyonce is just
You already-
on top of everything.
Yeah.
She's already came in like that.
Yeah,
Right.
like,
She didn't come in with
She wasn't-
Destiny's Child.
Yes, she did.
They started out urban and then they crossed over. But they didn't. When they
But
first
Beyonce
came out,
didn't
the
start
writers
out
on the
urban.
wall crossed over.
But Beyonce
No.
herself didn't start off urban.
You
Crazy in
gonna
Love
see
isn't.
Because she came from
crossed all
Destiny,
over.
though.
So that's what I say. She
She was
crossed
like the
over a
leader of
long time
Destiny.
ago.
But
She
Kelly's whole career has been in the urban
Yeah, she
market.
ain't crossed over
Motivation.
no more.
What's that song she did
But
with,
Kelly wasn't the lead singer, too.
Oh, see, now you're doing that fan
That's the
shit.
truth.
No,
That
but
has
that's
nothing to
kind
do
of
with
Somebody
it.
that's
makes
leading
sense.
every single song,
Yeah,
and they
that
the
kinda
head, they
makes
the
sense.
middle. That's the person you focus on
That's
all the
perception
time.
though.
How can you not?
If you look at if you look at Bone Thugs, when they disbanded, Busy is the most popular Bone Thug, but he's not the leader.
I can't speak on Bone Thugs because
Okay.
I'm not up to date on them.
Right.
I'm
So
just
I don't
keeping it
know.
game.
You're
that's
probably
that-
right about that.
But I'm just saying, perception will lead you to think that every time a group break up, the leader's the only one that go. That's
No,
sometimes
I
true.
never said that. I said she crossed over because she was the leader in that group, and that helped her to the next level. I'm
But
not saying like.
But Michelle
she-
did great in her gospel category.
And
But
Kelly did great in my opinion. Her single with Lil Wayne was alright to me.
all right, but you showed the tatas for Beyonce. You just had a tank top for Kelly. She did all right. You dig? That's what I'm saying. It's a difference
I like
in
Kelly.
it's a difference in how you look at even how your voice saying Kelly. It's all
it sounded,
You know what I'm saying?
like,
We need say shit about
Right.
Michelle.
I like Kelly. She ain't do as good as Beyonce.
Right.
But
Exactly.
She did all right.
That's what all of this is based on. And Kelly may be more talented than her, maybe, but advertising and perception
about
are
that.
heavily different.
Nah.
I know. Well,
Y'all see
she
the
might be a better
Coachella
writer or a better
performance
singer.
for Beyonce?
No, I ain't
The
seen it.
Coachella
That's
performance.
crossover.
Yeah, that is
That's crossover.
But
That's
Beyonce,
crossover.
like I said, I don't consider
crossover.
Beyonce crossover because she's crossed over, back forth, like she steps
Yeah.
on all of that. Like
Yeah.
that's
She just
what it
started
is,
being
like,
more hip hop, like as of real
She
late.
just
Yeah.
national.
Yeah,
She
like,
national.
worldwide.
She worldwide.
It's only a few people that I feel like is accepted in every single facet. It's probably Beyonce, Drake.
Jay-Z.
Now DJ
I don't
Khaled.
even think
White
Jay-Z-
people love Jay-Z.
think
Oh my
so.
gosh,
Not-
that's
not-
the only
not to
black
that
rapper
degree.
they know.
Yeah, not to that degree.
Not to that degree.
His-
they
Not
know
to
who
that
he
degree?
is. They know who he is, but they don't like him.
Jay
They
has
the
a-
ones who
like-
buy his music.
Jay, I mean, that kind of. But that's
I don't-
Jay has a particular.
No.
Jay has a
Jay-Z
particular way
into-
of
Jay-Z
advertising
into-
himself
yeah.
and straddling
He
to get
went
that
on tour
money.
with Justin Timberlake.
He knows how to
He
maneuver
can't do that by
in
himself,
that.
Yeah,
though.
he can't.
Yeah.
He knows how to maneuver into that corporate atmosphere, but he's
Not
still
staying in it.
not.
Now I think
accepted
we ain't
by-
giving Jay-Z credit because he with Beyonce and Beyonce is here and Jay-Z
No,
is here.
no.
Nothing to do with it.
I just
Because if
I
Jay-Z
don't-
was a
Jay-Z
standalone
online
entity, he
says
has
show him how to
crossed
move
over.
in a room full of vultures.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta understand people's purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, he a hustler. I know where to get the money, but I know how to bring it back.
Yeah.
Like, Rock Nation is like the biggest, like, brand, and it's not
That's
even
why I'm saying he national,
global.
global, worldwide. Jay-Z
I think
is.
that's because he
How
knows
can
how to
we
get
not?
into the
Just because
business
his
aspect,
music-
not because he's crossed over into like that culture and they accept him in that culture. I
You don't
he
think
just-
they do?
When you
I
go
just-
to a
I
Jay-Z
just-
concert, it's
nah.
the same Big Pimpin',
Yeah.
Hog Knock Life. It's the same
I don't
lineup.
think
Wait, so
99
y'all don't think
problems.
the white
Jay-Z
culture
has-
welcome?
We
They
not saying that.
welcome him, but he's never. I feel like he's never made music
not
that
Drake.
was neutral enough
Yeah.
for it to be an easy train. Like they might like it because it's forced upon them
Matter of fact,
in a corporate way.
a
But
better example, Kanye is Kanye. White people love Kanye more
yeah,
than Jay-Z.
Kanye is definitely more crossover.
Even when George
No,
Bush
that's
didn't
true.
like black people, Kanye, it's about where your music goes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Jay has
true.
always been
Not even
like,
where it goes,
Now, I
I would
will
say. I
agree,
think it's
Kanye
what
is bigger
what it
than Jay.
speaks to. Because Jay-Z's music, it does go to white people or other cultures
Mm-hmm.
because that's the way he designs his marketing strategies for it to go to everybody. But it wouldn't naturally gravitate to that culture if that wasn't the case. Whereas Kanye,
he got a
can-
few songs, but not like
Yeah.
Kanye or Drake.
Like when I listen, even when I think about like 444, I don't think there's one song on that album.
That song wasn't for.
made.
That was for us though. That
Exactly.
album was
But
for
I
us.
think all his
Everything
albums
Jay
was
does
for us.
is for us.
I think all his
Yeah.
albums was for
Everything.
us.
You can
Other
say-
than maybe the
Blueprint
Magna
three.
Carta,
what was
Holy
it? The
Grail was
Unplugged
not
Black
for
Album
us.
with Linkin Park. That was
Collision
probably
course,
for
collision
them.
course. Yeah,
Yeah.
collision course.
That
That's a big ass check.
Yeah, that was for them. But
I love to
I
catch
think
that
all
check.
of his actual albums was for the culture.
Yeah.
But it just got, it got picked up.
But here's the thing, though. But here's why Jay is one of the smartest, because Kanye was his artist. You dig what I'm saying? J. Cole was his artist. The people that can,
Again, J.
Beyonce is his wife. The people that can not really help, but his brand can be aligned with. He know how to get that money and say, anytime it's business, you go to one business and they say, well, what have you done? And they just look at your accolades. Oh, can we
But
match up with this?
That's why
Yeah.
I think he have crossed over. Maybe it wasn't him solely, but his people that he surrounded himself with, Rihanna, Kanye, Beyonce, they are able to cross
affiliation
over.
still
So
don't make you
then
back.
people accept him more, and they're like, okay, Jay-Z
Yeah,
is
that's-
associated with them, so we like him too. We
And
put
if
him
you,
in that.
if you go on like YouTube and look at like
Yeah,
Jay-Z
still through
09,
association.
yeah, like
Yeah.
if you look at like Jay-Z 2009, like he did a lot of internet stuff. Like he did like interviews at museums with sweaters on. Like he did a 50-minute sit down with Warren Buffett and like another rich white guy.
I mean, he has crossed over.
No, so I'm saying it's
I mean,
him
he
advertising
is chilling
himself.
with Warren Buffett. Come on.
That-
now.
no, I'm saying that's what, but that's
Who
what I'm
doing
saying.
that
though.
though?
Yeah,
Black.
not everybody.
Nobody
doing
black is doing
But
it. They ain't crossed over.
but he advertising himself. He's not always with Warren Buffett. Even in the DOA video,
He
did a
don't gotta
little.
always be with him to cross over.
That's
though.
exactly why he didn't cross over, because he ain't with them all the time.
Whoa, you gotta be with him all the time to
Wait,
cross
wait.
over.
I feel like so.
I don't think that's
God.
crossover moves he was making, because regardless of who he was talking to, who he was interviewing with, his music and the and
still
the
was what it
product
was.
was still what it was. He might have just been talking to people in different avenues, but he wasn't trying to make music to sell it to other cultures.
But wait, we also just made a statement that white people didn't accept him openly.
Yeah.
If Warren Buffett accepts you openly, and
That's
In
because
2009,
he's a businessman.
Yeah.
After all his
that's
success and big moves in 2009,
okay, then,
yeah.
what's wrong with it?
Ain't nothing wrong with it, but he
What matters how long it took?
it
If
does
happened?
it plays a role in the
But we
story.
said that white people didn't welcome him open.
You don't see him
openly.
as a crossover artist.
I
Nah,
don't
J-
see him at-
You
Kanye
don't
more.
see Jay-Z as
As an
crossover.
artist, I don't see him as
Artist.
a crossover artist.
And some
As
of
a
But
his
as
businessman,
a crossover
absolutely.
Yeah.
businessman,
That's-
yeah.
If we're
And
gonna
that's
limit
smart.
it to music, then okay, we taking away a lot of people because people are bigger than
We was
music.
only talking music.
Well,
Drake
okay.
music
Were we?
crossed over. Yeah, Drake
Oh,
music.
I'm sorry, I thought we were talking individuals.
Drake's music crossed over. Like he started
Forbes
making
magazine.
music for other, for everybody to absorb. Even like Chris Brown, he was making R&B, then he started the whole pop or whatever he was
Yeah.
doing. Like that was crossover.
That beautiful people.
Jay-Z never did anything like that. He just
He's
But we're
trying.
limited to
He's
music.
trying.
Then a lot of people have not crossed over.
Yeah.
well, true.
And
But
some
I
people
also
have
think
crossed over.
the advancement of technology kind of shortened the gap too, because
Yeah.
like the access that other cultures have to the same music is a lot easier than it used to be.
Yeah.
So like anybody can just stream music from an artist that wouldn't normally be. They wouldn't go to a store and buy the album if they could.
Yeah. It's really not segregated. I mean, I got titles, so like when new music come out, it's not really segregated. It's just like it's what's new out, it's what's kind of like been out, and then it's kind of like based on what you listen to for real. Then they just update. So like I like how like they kind of not. It's not like going to the CD store where I'm only in the rap section, where I'm not touching Toby Keith. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, Toby Keith.
That's a country singer.
Toby Keith.
Am I the only person at the table who didn't know who that was?
I ain't never heard a song by that nigga. I
Only
just
because the white
used
lady
the
gave me
name.
his CD a long
No,
time
I don't even know
ago.
who that is. Wow.
But that's the example of how like
I thought he
used
sang
to be
gospel
G.
though.
He hasn't crossed over to us, so.
The only one I know is Kenny G,
Oh,
Well,
yeah, he
let's talk
crossed
about the
over.
flip side. What white people have crossed over?
Justin Timberlake, Robin Thicke.
Yeah. But have they really crossed over, or they always been doing that type of music?
they work with black people.
Justin Timberlake.
Taylor
crossed over.
Swift crossed over.
She double
She
dutch.
crossing right back.
Vulture.
Yeah,
she,
Culture.
but she did.
Culture.
Wait, if we gonna keep it music
Culture,
like y'all
vulture.
said, if we gonna keep it music like y'all
Culture,
said,
vulture.
same rules apply.
As
She
you-
crossed over.
Her music crossed over, yeah.
I can say Justin Timberlake. That's probably the only one I can think of because everybody else was already on that side. Like Eminem came out hip hop.
Kelly Clarkson
Robin
crossed
Thicke
over.
came out soul.
Yeah.
I don't know what is it. I don't know. But maybe Sam Smith. I don't know if he did anything before he made that one song. Everybody else like.
What about Adele? Adele always been.
Adele crossed over.
Yeah, I would
she
give her
kinda
crossover.
crossed
She got a
over.
great voice, yo. Like you can tell she just drink like water and
The other
tea.
guy
Like,
crossed over that did the song with Beyonce.
Who?
Ed Sheeran.
Oh, yeah, he definitely
crossed
crossed
over.
over. He
Maybe.
definitely
I
did.
don't. I ain't listen to him.
Yeah, a lot of black people fuck with
See,
his
this is
ass.
how they talk about us, and like, just imagine they gonna say Jay-Z's name.
Cause they know it.
That's 'cause they
Exactly,
know-
because he
but-
crossed over. Say, is that
No,
true?
yo.
It's a business
But they-
man.
don't mean-
As
don't
a,
mean-
they don't, but you ask them
It's a
name one of his
visitor, and
songs.
then there's
They
a
gonna
recent
name
somebody
songs.
who's
Oh, they ain't
exists.
gonna. They might not name a recent.
That's what I said. That's the
But I'm not
problem.
gonna name a recent. Who we say?
See, oh my
Exactly.
God, what you talking? No, yo.
Sam Cooke. I'm
But they
not
gonna
gonna name
know-
a recent Sam
But they're gonna know
Cooke.
Kanye. They're gonna like remember more of Kanye.
Wait, hold on, y'all, because we ain't playing the same rules
Yes,
on
we
each side.
are. You just got that definition.
Because if that's the case, we gotta say if the white people crossed over, those people we name, we gotta name a recent one of their songs to prove that they crossed over.
White,
But they
white
may
people,
not
Justin
say.
Timberlake.
Recent.
The
Photoshop
last
song.
thing he made was the
The Flow.
2020 album, wasn't it?
No,
No,
he just
he
made
had
another
another
man.
album.
another
Yeah,
album.
yeah.
Exactly.
But that
so
had
he
no-
never crossed over.
but that had
because
no-
we don't know a recent
But
song.
he tried to make like a social media song. What's that song? Haters gonna say it's Photoshop. Yo,
Oh,
no, yo,
I
that didn't
ain't-
stick.
Wait,
I ain't
That didn't
hold
stick
on.
with
But
us.
does that mean
album.
he didn't cross over because we can't name a recent song off this Man in the Woods album?
That mean he went back.
I don't
He
know.
went
I don't
back,
be
yeah.
checking.
He went back.
Like
So
Miley
Jay-Z
Cyrus.
went back, right?
No,
Y'all
he-
said Jay-Z
No,
went
listen. All right, hold on.
came back.
Let me break this theory
Only
down.
time I say
Go ahead.
Jay-Z crossed over was the Linkin Park Black album.
Yeah,
the Blue
that's
album,
it.
or whatever they could. Pink
Collision
and white
Course. It's called
whatever.
Collision Course.
Okay, yeah, that.
Collision
And the
Course.
Unplugged joint. That's the only time
That's
I can say he
it.
crossed
Everything
over.
else is like still solely like hip hop. He's gonna get his money and do different things, but he's not a frequent person that they. Oh, he's not gonna run up and down that market all the time.
Right.
That's what you
I'm
know what
still
I'm saying.
trying to figure out the
Well,
white people
Justin
that crossed
Timberlake.
over that we said.
It's
Because
gonna-
I
that's
only-
how
I
I'm
only
just
got
saying.
Justin
Like if
Timberlake.
we look at both sides, the
So
way
you
we
trying to
talking
look
about
for a
white
white person
people.
I
that's
can't think
still
for white people,
here?
by the way.
No, what I'm saying is if we
Who
put it
crossed
on
over,
both
who's still
sides, it's
thriving?
hard for them to think about
Adele.
black people.
Adele was the one that's still
Justin
thriving.
Timberlake and Adele. I think that's the only two I can think of.
And that's probably what they think when
And
they
maybe
talk about our
does
black
Post
people.
Malone count? Because don't
They
he do
gonna think
country music
Beyonce and
originally?
Rihanna.
What?
Yeah, he trash.
But I don't listen to him. But I know that
He
you
did
know,
country
Post
music at
Malone.
I
first?
think he did country.
I
music.
never
Just
But
like-
I don't
I
listen to
know
him
this-
personally.
I don't know
But I
him.
know that
Oh
you
yeah,
know his
Post
music.
Malone,
Yeah, his music.
Macklemore.
Yo, the problem is like really, and I'm not trying to do a race thing, but I just feel like a lot of these people that's like white hip hop acts, they kind of find their niche to be
It's
hip
a
hop.
culture. Yeah.
Like Action Bronson, he's super nice, but his first CD, he was like trying to find the style that fit. And then like once you kind of disrespect the person that kind of like let you run with the style, and you kind of I just feel like your colors kind of show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't
Yeah.
want to say that every white artist that makes music that black people can accept as like doing culture vulture type thing.
All of them not, yeah.
But I mean, it is a difference versus because believe it or not, hip hop is like one of the top exports from in the U.S. to other countries across the world. So it's like it's a market. So they gonna jump in that market, make their money, and do what it is. And that's something.
And don't even gotta be in the hip hop mix at all.
Right, and don't have to care nothing about hip hop.
going on,
What was the ain't your white boy Lil Xan or whatever his name was talking about Tupac or something like that?
That's the first time even hearing about him was
that was me. I don't even know what he looked, but I think he's white or like super light Hispanic or something. I don't know. But he's, it's just like they don't know nothing about the actual culture, but because it's something that they can do and it's lucrative for them, they'll do it. But it's not because they actually care or respect what hip hop actually is.
Exactly.
And I think when you try to reverse it in terms of what white artists are crossed over, it's kind of a blurry line because there are artists that actually make music for that culture, and there's artists that'll just be like, let me step in this lane, make some fans, make a couple dollars. And
she made a whole nother country album.
Because I mean, crossover by your definition is just saying that it reached other people outside of the target audience.
And
right?
it's like when you kind of have to appease that from here on, like appease both.
So you got to do both from then on.
To a degree, because it's like, that's what...
If that's the case, ain't no white artists crossed over, because they don't ever do nothing to appease us from then on.
But
they might do a
Justin
couple things.
Justin had Justified, but Justified was more pop. What was the CD after that?
It has been Justified.
He had a CD after that, then he had 2020, but the Crazy Sex Love, like that was... Black people was loving that.
The full crossover.
Robin Thicke to a degree, because he was...
But like they said, Robin Thicke then came out in that side, so it wasn't much of a crossover, it's just that's what it was.
So he kind of just stayed soul and R&B.
So I think the moral of the story is black people can cross over better than white people.
You said can't?
Can.
Oh, can.
We do
better. I knew that though.
Yeah.
I knew that. Hip hop is very strict.
Everything. Like you think about it, every genre, everything.
Better.
We made rock and roll, we made blues. Like J. Cole even said, if you go to a jazz genre, you don't see black people.
Nah. And
who started that?
And we started Harlem Renaissance in the 20s.
Even before that.
Even rock and roll, like
exactly.
started that too. And they took it and washed it, and I don't know.
It's just the truth.
That's just how that go, history. But that's why I say like stuff like this is what we need. That way people can see like these are the people who paved the way. So that way if at any point in the future they try to say, I don't know, Lil Pump was a pioneer for something. Like nah, yo, he rode a wave that he might have thought
waves definitely die.
Yeah, and that's why I think like stuff like the museums and stuff that we can immortalize these artists. Some of these people I've never even seen or heard of, but I know who they are. But
and that's kind of like the key. That's why we have certain events. We have just different things, and we always have conversations. Because like the reason why I love this so much is because I do all the research. I knew all the stories. I study the music side, study the business side of it, and like because it makes sense. Because this is really our history. So like. We need to embrace it and be more hands-on with it instead of just using it as just music. Because if we treat it as disposable, it will be disposable.
Yeah, because to them it's disposable. Yeah. So if we don't hold on to it, it's just going to go by the wayside like everything else has.
Because it's like, it's so many stories behind stuff. It's like so many behind-the-scenes people that have been in the industry that got stories. Like one of our teammates, Jazz, like she used to be an A&R for Sony. And like me and her talking, she got mad stories. Because like Nas used to be at Sony. 50 Cent, so many acts and things and it happened through. You find out so many things, and it's like that's what make the culture more intriguing. Like, so it's like it's deeper than just when the music come out. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? So like,
hip hop is definitely more than music. It definitely is a lifestyle, and it's definitely it's a culture. Like it's not something that you just listen to. It's something you live.
Yeah.
And like I said, I grew up in the '90s, so like a lot of that, what hip hop is, the culture, like it's still in my personality. It's not just I just put these headphones on and that's just what it is. So it's like
it just depends. Like
if you actually listen to hip hop, you learn from it, and you move differently because of what you learn from it.
Yeah, you just you get to kind of like find where you fit at. You know what I mean? Like, and it's good when like different movements come in. Like I appreciate Lupe coming in and kind of ushering in the skateboard movement. And like even like the skinny jeans phase, that was necessary because it's the culture of kids that's living this.
Yeah.
And they gotta, you know what I mean? And whether they doing that now or they Fortune 500 dudes, like they participated in movement. That's what we need because it ain't gonna be big jeans forever. It wasn't gonna be FUBU jackets forever. Crazy. The only thing I wish that we still keep our urban clothing. So I appreciate like the Nipsey Hustles and even everybody that keep it urban merch because now we just dressing real European and I hate it. I really hate it. That's the only part I hate. It's like once we start embracing looking like we was born in Russia and all that, I ain't really with that shit. Like zipper hoodies and all that's just trash. Like it's just get real weird to me. Like once they start doing leather sweatpants and leather shorts, I was like, yo, I don't know what's going on, but I ain't with it. I ain't with it at all. Like take me to Old Navy.
That could be a hip hop thing, or it could just be an age thing. Cause I ain't never putting on no leather.
Right,
No leather,
sweatpants.
none of that. Nah.
I ain't even seen leather sweat.
That was a swag. That was a swag.
Yeah,
Like
Leather?
Leather
in 2012.
Wow.
Like a lot of people that had bread. That's what I'm saying. Hip hop is fashion. So when something new comes through, like Evisu jeans, when that was the shit, a lot of times we first saw it with Jay-Z, or when button ups and like a lot of stuff come through hip hop first, or Bape hoodies and all that. Like
So if we stop dressing European, quote unquote, what would we wear?
our stuff,
You mean like black owned stuff?
hip
Or
hop
do you
owned
mean
stuff.
like
Well, because what happens is
what would
you
the
get
style
a real
be?
famous artist, and then you'll get some type of European designer who will sponsor them or say, hey, wear this or whatever. Put this in your music video. Put this in one of your songs. Promote it for me. Give you this check. The artist might not know who the designer is, where they come from, or what they stand for, but because they got a check, they're gonna put it in the song, and then because people who listen to it might be so fickle, they be like, okay, that's what it is, because the artist said that's cool. I'm gonna go buy that,
And they look good.
and then that's just how it go. So it's like I feel like
what is our style? What is hip hop style?
It's
What does it look like?
so what?
FUBU was definitely hip hop.
FUBU.
Because
But no,
FUBU was-
current. Let's
Oh,
not
current?
We don't
Because
have
clothing
No.
line.
We don't have one. It's been bought out. Hip hop, in my opinion, in the larger portion, has been bought out. What's the word? Incorporated, or and things like that. Like hip hop has been sold out in a lot of cases.
There's really no
You got-
self-made merch like
Yeah.
that that's banging.
You got some artists or some companies or artists that work for companies that are all for themselves, for the culture. But a lot of these artists, they in somebody else's pocket.
The last like independent clothing line I really heard that was doing it was Slow Bugs, like in New York with the Chanel Jewels was wearing it a lot, and they from Queens, and they was popping for a good while, but they kind of slowed down. But that's like the last independent
I
Slow
wonder
Bugs.
if it's more that we just don't know about.
Yeah, they
Probably is.
underground. They on that radar.
Underground.
That's the thing though. Like that's why like it is a bunch of youngins here, especially here. Like my man Aaron with the Always Working, and it's like a few like they do a real underground. They got real cool pop ups in these real grimy places, but they got people showing out for them, and that's the new wave and stuff like that. I think it's not like Sean John or it ain't like Rough Riders
I
clothing. It
think
ain't
that's
that.
the new hip hop, like wearing local brands or people brands or not.
It's just the
not
rules are so
name
different.
brand,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
It's just
But
like-
wearing
Couple
real
artists,
people's
I don't know,
stuff.
I remember if it was J. Cole or Kendrick that was basically like, I'm not wearing none of these brands. I'm wearing either something I know or I'm just wearing generic
Yeah.
stuff. And they said it in one of these songs. I think it was Kendrick, but I can't remember.
And if we
I
gonna
think
do it,
that's the hip hop style.
but if we gonna do
Think
it too,
about it,
we
though.
gotta do it at the level that Nipsey doing it. Because what he doing with the Smart Store, and like the way if you bought a shirt from there, like and you have the app on your phone, anytime new music comes, whether your clothes is in the hamper or like fresh clean, you scan that barcode and then you can get the song first. Like that's next level. That's Smart Store. That's tech shit. I think that's you gotta be ahead of the curve. Like so, like when I see that he doing that and I'm watching his campaign, it make me think about the next 10 years where I want to take my brand. It's like, you know what? Let's do it at that level because if I keep holding on to what I grew up in, I'm gonna be an old nigga and I'm young. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta be ahead of the curve, and it's like dudes that's not even 40, like franchising. Rick Ross introducing franchising, and people Diddy with the Ciroc, like yo, we can get these liquor companies. It's all about companies that support our culture, willing to now. Real quick, now that you see Diddy doing the Ciroc thing, all these Ciroc parties, and now all these jobs, all of these lifestyles, everybody getting all of that stuff. It's helping us move around, and helping us celebrate every Friday, every happy hour, all of that stuff.
The thing about Ciroc though, that's his
No, it's not his. He does marketing for that company.
Yeah.
He has a company called Combs Wine and Spirits, and they do marketing for Ciroc.
Thank you for that educational moment.
It's all. It's
So
what
he
I
don't
do
even
every
own
year.
his own
I don't
liquor.
like Ciroc anyway.
He has the.
Yeah,
So
right.
what it is, he has his. It's better though. You have your own company, and your company does marketing for that company. So they pay you a substantial amount of money to help market the brand. So he puts other people in power as ambassadors to help promote it, and it becomes a part of lifestyle. Ciroc has been in our life like
And in the eyes
2010.
line,
So
it is.
Ciroc
Yeah,
is
for a
not
while.
black owned.
No, it's
No.
a Russian company or something,
Yeah.
a Dutch company.
But in the eyes mine, it's Diddy's drink. So
Exactly.
they think it's, I'm supporting the black, which, I mean, in reality you are. Because if you're buying Ciroc, you supporting Ciroc, they paying Diddy. So it's like a roundabout way to say you are, but it's not.
money
black
circulating.
owned. Yeah, it's not a black owned.
And that's what and that's what Rick Ross did with Bel Air Rose. He didn't even buy into it. He just started promoting it. And they seen him promoting it, seeing it really became a lifestyle. Then they handed him checks.
Yeah.
Now he's able to put other people in power. Dave East is now a Black Bottle Boy, and now Dick Khaled. So even with 50 tried to do an F and vodka, but people say that shit is trash.
We had that last season.
But even Nuvo used to be like a hip hop. Nuvo used to
T-Pain,
sponsor a lot of people.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's just all about if they're willing to really give back and really finna help support
That
all the
depends
things
on
that
the
keep
person
hip hop
that's-
moving.
I wonder
Yeah.
how much Diddy gets. He must get a substantial amount
Oh,
of
hell
that.
yeah. Yeah.
Because
Sure he do.
that's the only way I could see it working so good for so long.
Yeah,
Keep
he ain't
coming
gonna
out
do it
with
out of the
new-
kindness of his
new
heart.
flavors.
Nah, especially him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it make perfect sense though. Like all you gotta do is go on his website, Combs Enterprise. It'll show everything that he does and as a business. So it's like Bad Boy Records, Bad Boy Films, Revolt, the school he has, Combs Wine and Spirit, and then he do something with Aqua Hydrate with Mark Wahlberg. So he really has about. That's what an
That
enterprise
one
is.
ain't
You
that
got
good.
10 businesses, and like he has one office where all of those things operate.
Yeah.
But that he worked to get there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the goal for like niggas like me or people that's doing what y'all doing. Like that should be the goal. The way we got a lot of stuff we want to do, but that's at our expense and our agreement, and it's our partnership, and we making our kind of money. Like we should aim to have all of that.
It's
You
just
know
a
what I
matter
mean?
of collective coming together and people with the same type of the mindset
Yeah,
and just building. I mean,
that's the hardest part though. Yo.
yeah, just finding people that's really about coming together. Because a lot of people they'll claim to come together, but they really about themselves.
Yeah.
And
That's just
it'll
Facebook,
show. Yeah, it'll show at the end of the day, and it's just like it really does. It makes a huge difference.
You gotta just spend like I don't know. It's just different. Like you can tell when somebody is their work. You know what I'm saying? Like you can just tell. Like
But most people when they try to start something, if they feel like it's not making them whatever it is they want them to make in like a short term, they'll stop. And that's how you know there's no real passion in it to begin with. If you trying to do something just strictly for money or clout or whatever, and it don't come out immediately,
yeah.
and you give up, that just shows that you wasn't really about
Yeah.
the actual task of doing what you're doing.
And the worst part about it is if you're actually talented and don't know it. You
Yeah.
just got the wrong mindset. Like, and being in Baltimore, we seen that for years. Like, whether it's like people we involved with, people we watch, just waste their talent and just focus on the wrong thing. Like, and not even on a shady tip. This is just real. Like, I feel like Los is like the best example of that. Like, super talented, but like his first opportunity with Diddy, he wasted it. You know what I'm saying? Because of the people he had around. You want to keep that West Side shit. You want to keep all that Baltimore shit. Dog, you in the game. A lot of people don't get in the game from here. You know what I'm saying? And then
So
try
I
to
was
get back on and
tuned in on that whole Los move.
that shit just don't resonate, bro. Like you got your fan base and people think you dope, but that don't resonate, yo. It ain't resonating. You know what I'm saying? So
Damn, that's a whole nother question. So you think Baltimore culture isn't going to be accepted broadly?
I'll say I'll say this, like this is where the politics come in. Since we won that last Super Bowl, I saw the shift. I saw the moves, the school that I seen. Like Taco Bang been in the newspaper for his stuff. He been like around. So it's just about people that's all you gotta do is make a hit record. If you make a hit record, you bring money to the city. You'll bring things to the city. DTLR has been here trapping. Like DTLR is really here making sure they set up here because now there's a wave of Baltimore artists with certain value. Even if your songs ain't really all that, just because you may have been in a certain position, we can advertise this. We can get that corporate funding. So it's going in a direction. You got Peso the Mafia doing good numbers. You got Scooter who has a legacy. Unfortunately, he gone.
Yeah.
Moves down there with Boosie.
It's a slow movement right now for
This was gonna take. It's just like Missouri with Nelly and them. It's going to be Alabama with Rich Boy, Mississippi with David Banner, Crit. It's going to be that process because Baltimore doesn't have New York's engine, Atlanta's engine, LA's engine. So it's like every other city without the engine.
Yeah,
Like it's going to take time, but
that's definitely true.
from living here, it's just man, things be. It's wild here.
We gotta help.
I love
lift
it
each
though,
other up
B.
more. Yeah,
I love it because it's
We gotta help
challenging.
lift each other up more
Yeah.
because it's like.
But we gotta lift each other up. But if you and the person don't mesh, don't work with them because like if just because they got resources that you need, if they ain't your cup of tea, don't drink it. Because
Well, how you feel about us like just supporting? Like, okay, this person from Baltimore. Let's just listen to their music. Let's just put other people on their music. Let's
should I
just
support you?
them at their shows?
but should I support you because you from Baltimore or because you dope?
I
Even
think
though we
that's
both
the
from
question,
the town,
like,
I think it's because it should be because you dope, and it's
Yeah, it
not.
should be.
it's a plus because you from the town.
Yeah.
It's definitely a plus, but
You gotta have some quality to it.
Exactly.
You don't want to be like lifting up stuff.
Because we got we
It's
gotta
not
think about the
popping.
wannabes. We gotta think about the people that's using those things as like I remember an unnamed person. We was like somewhere and they asked me that I heard this like years ago. Did you see 12 O'clock Boys? And I was like, nah, like not immediately.
Documentary?
Yeah, like not immediately because I'm not immediately rushing to watch it, but I acknowledge it. But they, no, you don't really support. You ain't this. You ain't that. Dog, chill out.
people
Chill
was
out.
extreme. Like,
You got a boost phone. Chill out. I'm chill out. I knew about it when it was in the making. I know that. Chill out. But people rush to those cliches and stuff just to sound like they know what's going on. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's slowly moving, but I'm proud of it because it was a time where it was just local. It was a time where it was like just Boss Man.
Yeah.
It was just Mully Man. It was just DOG. It was just K Swift. So like, I'm glad for where it's at now because it's progress.
Yeah. It's a slow grind. We gonna get there.
We need more bosses though.
Yeah.
We need more company owners. We don't need no more rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Too many rappers.
We
Let's
just
go
need,
ahead and
we
get
need
these
more of that.
closing. Well, you didn't even.
Yeah.
Y'all know I can't drink that E&J. I won't even.
Oh, man, give me that,
I can
man.
do it. You can do it. It's
All
extra
right.
smooth.
No,
It's
no.
extra smooth.
So
I
what
give
you
it. I
rate?
give it a 3.5.
You give all of them a 3 though.
On a scale from 1 to 10?
1 to 5,
Oh, okay.
or 0 to 5, I guess.
0 to
I
5.
think I give it a 3 too.
3.5 on the skinny tie.
Yeah. You gotta taste it.
Let's get a sip, yo. Sip on
If I
some
Still
scissors.
got to,
If
y'all.
I sip it, it's going to be like,
I don't
oh,
peer
0.
pressure.
It's cool. I don't wanna. I know you gotta drive out there. You still going out there?
This is. Oh,
No.
Go.
it is kind of late.
Girl, go get that. Go get that. Go get that.
This is Busy Doing Nothing. We right in the middle of the conversation.
You did.
We are officially here at the Mini Hip Hop Museum.
You did.
Make sure y'all come down here, check this out, get some culture in your life.
Facts.
We down here, 823 East Baltimore Street. Yeah, come check them out. This is
Definitely.
history. This is the history that we need to pay attention to in terms of culture.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all coming through, B.
Appreciate you having us.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
having
having
us.
us.
I am your host, Mr. Free Minds. To my left, I have.
Kenya. To my left.
Carlito Freeze to my left.
It's Taylor, aka Doc.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe to this video. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure you get your tickets for the Busy Doing Nothing 90s party.
June
That's gonna be
2nd,
on
baby.
June 2nd, 10 to 2. Come out. Best 90s outfit will receive a surprise reward. Do y'all have any events going on?
Yeah, April 27th. I think by the time this come out, it'd be right. Yeah, so April 27th, Nas and Nachos, pull up. If y'all was here for Biggies and Burgers, it was doper than Heron, baby. So like we just got that. Shout out to our executive chef Kiera. We got like a real diverse team: bloggers, chefs, art people, myself. Like we got different dope vibes. So definitely come through, have some nachos, and we moving soon. So that new location gonna be announced. So that's gonna be our last event there. So
Okay.
yeah.
Also, make sure you go to docscastlemedia.com, get your current read-ups, all the good read-ups. Make sure you go to www.freemindsclothing.com, get your gear, get your We're Not Friends hoodie, get your caps. We got some new caps coming out. And till next time, everybody, make sure y'all be safe, cease fire.
Yeah.
You dig?